example of Sinn Féin speaking out of both sides of its mouth. It criticises the government but wastes valuable time with a charade of emotion which was never going to succeed, using its time to criticise government with no clear direction of their own in sight. Its only purpose to cause a pointless drama and an unwelcome distraction when there are so many issues at hand. As a member of this government, I am proud to stand on our record of working for the Irish people. Nobody on these benches is denying that there are challenges, but we are determined to tackle those challenges and to build a better future. Working with the Irish people, we've come through COVID. We have more than 2.5 million people at work. We're working to tackle the cost of living because we know that people are working hard for themselves and their families. We're working to build more homes. We're working to improve our health service. And in my own brief, I've placed domestic, sexual and gender-based violence at the very top of my agenda, recently publishing the Zero Tolerance Plan. It outlines a whole-of-society approach that creates an Ireland where gender-based violence is not tolerated, where sexual violence is not tolerated, where child abuse is not tolerated. I've also brought in new laws to criminalise the distribution of intimate images without consent, to introduce preliminary trial hearings to make the court process less stressful for victims. We've brought in personal injury guidelines to tackle the cost of insurance. Templemore is now open, and with a new recruitment campaign, we'll see 200 more Gardaí every 12 weeks coming out of the Garda College and into our communities. We're working on progress to make new laws around stalking and non-fatal strangulation, a new sex offenders bill to strengthen the monitoring arrangements for convicted sex offenders, a family court bill to put families at the centre of the family justice system, a hate crime bill with tougher sentences for crime motivated by hate and prejudice, a digital recording bill to improve the use of CCTV and introduce body-worn cameras for An Garda Síochána, and a new sale of alcohol bill to modernise our antiquated licensing laws. This is a government that is working. Our actions are clear and we will be judged by them. We can only judge Sinn Féin by theirs, and let's look at theirs on one of the most serious issues that we could face. As Minister for Justice, I take my responsibility towards the security and safety of our state and indeed our people very seriously. But just weeks ago, once again, Sinn Féin failed to support the renewal of the Offences Against the State Acts and the Special Criminal Court. It was another reminder that Sinn Féin cannot be trusted to protect national security and the institutions of the state. And it told us that they are willing to ignore very clear security advice from An Garda Síochána and from the Garda Commissioner, whose unambiguous view, and I put this on the record of the House, is that the Offences Against the State Act and the Special Criminal Court are vital in the continued fight on terrorism and organised crime. But Sinn Féin ignores those views. They prefer to help their own. What other advice from the Garda Commissioner would they ignore if they were in office? What other security and intelligence briefings would they disregard? The truth is they cannot be trusted to protect our people and our state. We in government will continue to work on behalf of the Irish people, and we will not be deterred from doing so. I have no doubt that we will have the support of the House tonight.